In Shining Vale Season 2 Episode 2, Pat asks to be taken to the asylum, as she thinks she's going mad again and wants the doctors to give her more shock treatment to zap it out of her. They turn her away, as her insurance has run out, and she's furious nobody will take her seriously. And Jake is mad that they don't get to go to the mall to get ice cream. Back at home, Terry decides they should all go to see the therapist as a family. The therapist tells them to all find things that make them happy individually. The following day, Pat sees the Rosemary lookalike again, and it turns out she's actually a woman called Ruth who has moved in next door. Pat is creeped out by her presence. Terry is working on his art therapy, and it seems to be working well. He appears to be on the verge of a breakthrough when he meets up with an old friend to discuss memories. He wonders whether he and Pat were on good terms before his accident, and Pat tells him they loved each other very much, despite their troubles. They try to get intimate, but it isn't clicking. He draws a painting of Pat wielding an axe, so maybe the memory is returning. Pat attends an interview on a morning show, and one wrong comment by the host, Lisa, sends her over the edge. She starts hallucinating and ruins the show. However, the clip goes viral. Pat meets Ruth and is advised to drink some herbal tea, as it will help her. Pat isn't totally convinced, but snatches it off her later when she comes round with it. Jake keeps seeing a girl called Daisy in his VR headset, and Gaynor finds an old Walkman in the pocket of the snooker table when a weird entity rolls a ball towards the pocket. She turns it on, and it plays Dead or Alive's "You Spin Me Round." She ends up dancing around the house to it until a door mysteriously opens on its own and freaks her out. Pat tells Gaynor the Walkman has old batteries and wouldn't have worked, making Gaynor think she's crazy like her mother. Pat drinks the herbal tea and feels like a brand new person. She tries to meet with Lisa for another interview, but Lisa gets into an accident in the middle of the street. Ruth is at the scene of the incident, watching on. The episode review: what do you get if you mix Monica Geller from Friends with a large dollop of Gale Weathers from the Scream franchise? The answer is Pat Phelps. Courtney Cox's most recent character is an absolute delight to watch, and she continues her manic brilliance in episode 2 of Shining Vale, with season 2 carrying on her struggles after her release from a mental hospital. As good as Cox is in this role, she risks being upstaged by the brilliant Gus Burney as her quirky daughter, Gaynor, who seems to be inheriting her mother's ability to see things. The pacing in this show is so fast and snappy, and it has to be because each episode is only 30 minutes long, but it totally works for the story that is being told. Bring on next week's episode, especially after that brutal cliffhanger.